Hi, my name is Hannah. I am from America.
My name is Sophia, aka Other Oakley on Twitter, and I'm from New Jersey in the USA.
Hi, my name is Tyler, and I'm from the US, and today I'm going to be reviewing Binge by Tyler Oakley.
When I first read Binge, I read it in under 24 hours because it was one of the most capturing books that I could not put down.
There was nothing that I disliked. Like normally in a book there's something that you dislike, you wish would have happened. Nothing. I just loved how truthful and honest and funny and how many emotions were in it. It was an emotional roller coaster, and I love that.
My thoughts were very hard to describe when I finished it. I felt like I had gotten to know Tyler on a much more personal level somehow, and I really loved every last word of the book, which was really unusual for me because usually I don't like books as completely and utterly 110% like I do Tyler's. A Love Lesson was by far the one that impacted me the most, and I almost want to cry thinking about it. Coming from a personal experience, it made me realize that I will be okay after what happened to me because Tyler was okay after what happened to him.
My absolute favorite one was The One That Got Away.
Even though I haven't had that severe heartbreak, I could still relate to the way that he felt, and I could just feel sympathy for him.
It was really a story that he had never told to his audience, and that was really interesting, and I felt like I could really connect with him in that chapter.
It just felt bad knowing that his heart has been crushed because I always see him as this little perfect little puppy angel, and then I read the book and he's sad and I'm like, no, this isn't right.
And the other one that is definitely my favorite and really impacted me was Binge. It resonated with me because I've always struggled with my weight and loving my body as the way it is. It's taken me forever to become completely happy with myself, and it made me realize that it's okay that I struggle sometimes. People struggle, and it's okay.
If something's that emotional and I cry, that's a good thing. Melancholy fantasies make me feel so sad because I've been following Tyler on Twitter for a while, and he's always tweeted blank by blank, I am in you. And I always just saw it as kind of a joke, but then once he explained what he did after he tweeted that, it just made me so sad. And now whenever he tweets it, I always have to reply with something really, really soft and really, really nice, which I'm not very nice to him, but in a sarcastic way. But so whenever he tweets that, I have to be nice to him, and I can't just reply with who asked. I have to actually be I love you, because I do, deep down. Very deep down inside.
I also liked this chapter about buttholes. I thought that was so funny. I just joked around with people about it, even if they hadn't read Binge. I just talked about naming buttholes. There were a lot of really funny chapters, and there were a lot of serious and emotional chapters, but there were a lot of things I learned about it too. Just about my life, a lot of life lessons that I learned.
It was definitely a positive change. I feel like I know him better, and that I got to know more about Tyler the person rather than Tyler Oakley the YouTuber.
In videos, you only see a certain depth of a person. I never saw the things that made him human, as in things that made him upset, things that made him sad, things that weren't his best days, and that's what he truly did in Binge. He just described all of it and put all of his feelings out there, and it made me feel closer to him in a way because I could relate to things that he was going through, and it made me feel like, hey, this dude isn't just a guy sitting in front of a camera with 7 million subscribers. This is a guy with a real life, with real emotions, and he is just like me.
It makes me feel closer to him, and it feels like there's less of a barrier between me as a fan and him as the person I am a fan of.
And oftentimes with people who have a huge following, we just overlook them, and their mistakes are under this huge spotlight. And there have been so many past instances where if he makes one mistake, it's just out there.
And I appreciate that he was so down to earth in this whole book, and that it really just sounded like him. Like, I could read every single word in his voice because everything that he captured was his persona. Nothing didn't seem like him, and I appreciated that because it seemed like an hour-long video, more than an hour, but it seemed like a long video of him just being him when I didn't even see him, and I appreciate that. It's one of my favorite things about him, that he just has this distinct personality and he can show it through what platform he chooses to.
He's a human. He's a human, and so we all need to remember that. And I think by reading this book, it really like reminded me that he's a 26, almost 27-year-old man who makes amazing content on the internet, but he has a normal life. He started out with a normal life, and now he has this incredible life that is also normal. So that's something that I learned, and it's a positive thing too.
There are definitely plenty of life lessons in here about like dating, relationships, friendships, dealing with family that are just, they're so important as well. It's definitely not something for younger children without like an older sibling or parent filtering it until they're older, but it really has lessons for pretty much everyone.
I took away the fact that it's okay to be sad. Not everybody's gonna have a perfect day all the time, and that emotions are fairly normal and everybody has them, even though you might think their life is spectacular or perfect. It's never really is.
Have time to sit down and like go through things and figure out things that you need to change that are negative in your life and things that you need to keep remembering, like positive things.
Everyone has a right to be upset. Everybody has a right to be angry. Everybody has a right to feel every single emotion there is out there, because whatever you're feeling is valid, and whatever you're feeling should not be taken away from you.
I actually got one of my friends Binge for her birthday, and she hadn't really seen any of his videos. He only really knows him from me, and she actually loves the book. She finds it so funny. So even if you don't know Tyler, you can read it too, and I highly recommend it.
It was just an emotional roller coaster, and the fact that a book can make somebody feel that way just shows how great of a book that is. And Binge just really put me through all that and made me realize how normal YouTubers are.
It's a hilarious book, but it's serious at times, and it's better written than some of the books that I've seen that have been on the market for years and years, and people love them because they're great. But it has that tone that it's just, it makes you feel like it feels kind of personal rather than than a book. It feels really personal, and I love that in books like this, like biographies, autobiographies, whatever. The personal touch is like, it feels like it feels like he's telling you rather than he put that out for the entire world.
There's always something to learn from Binge. Always. No matter how many times you read it, there's millions of messages and there's millions of things that you never thought you knew about him. And I appreciate that.
So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of Tyler's People videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below.
If you've read Binge, let us know what your favorite chapter was, and if you haven't gotten the book yet, there's a link down below.
I hope that you have an amazing day and that you start reading Binge, because it's the best book ever. I love you, Tyler, and I love you all. Bye!